Hello, dear students. So hope you are doing well. So here we have one of the missing statement or missing sentence question. Missing sentence question. And the direction for this is what? There is a sentence missing in the paragraph below. Look at the paragraph and decide where option 1, 2, 3, or 4, the following sentence would best fit. So the sentence is what? She laughed, she giggled. She laughed and she giggled. Let's read the text despite the blanks I've given. So that is what, because at least you get some kind of a key idea out of that. So the paragraph begins with by saying that if I were Skinner, I might have at times been as suicidal as the character. If I were Skinner, I might have at times been as suicidal as the character in the short story Munro failed to understand. I'm also glad she did not try to do what countless literary pontificators are at this very moment doing, which is to attempt to understand how a person, how a person who is so insightful on the page can live a life that exists in a diametrical. In this case, diabolical opposition to that insight. To try to parse such a question about stranger is a fool's errand. Oh, try to parse it about your own parent is an exercise in self-injury, isn't it? So, if we talk about that, the passage discusses what? The difficulty, right? The passage discusses what? The difficulty of what? Reconciling, reconciling. Um, you can say that the insight of an author's work with their personal life, with their personal life, author's work and author's personal life, reflecting on how trying to understand such a you can say that dichotomy, dichotomy that can be both pointless and emotionally damaging, emotionally damaging. It contrasts the emotional weight of this task with a, you can say that with a lighter um, initial tone, lighter initial tone. So in that case, if we talk about the passage explores the uh, challenge of you can say that understanding, because understanding. So understanding what the gap between an author's insightful work and their personal life, arguing that such attempts are often you can say futile and emotionally painful, especially when it involves one's own family, right or not? So if I talk about the points of it, so I can say that the passage starts with a lighter, somewhat whimsical note. It introduces a hypothetical situation about, you can say that Skinner, right, and effects on the narrator's feeling. Then if you talk about that, it discusses the relief that Munro, right, Munro did not attempt to understand the contradiction between her insightful you can say that insightful writing and her you can say that personal life, isn't it? So, and the fourth one is called as it concludes what? It concludes by arguing that trying to understand this contradiction in stranger is pointless, and doing so for one's own parent is emotionally harmful, isn't it? Now, in that case, if I talk about the sentence, she laughed, she giggled, so this sentence placement, right, where we can use it. Now, if you see that the sentence, she laughed, she giggled, so introduces you can say a light-hearted and somewhat a whimsical whimsical tone, setting up a contrast for the more serious reflection that follows about the, you can say, difficulties of understanding the gap between an author's work and their personal life, and their personal life. So in that case, the sentence which is given above, right, She laughed his giggle. Can be best fit in blank one because it establishes a contrast with the more serious content that follows, highlighting the shift from a light-hearted tone to, you can say that, deeper, deeper tone, right? So more contemplative thought. So in that case, we can say in option one, the sentence can be best fit in option one, right? The option that's called as one. So this is the answer. Hope you understood this. That's all. Thank you. Right?